Take a look at this. Do you know, let's see if you can get a look at him here. Do you know the man in the back there? He's wearing a white hat. It's a little hard to see him, but someone who knows him might recognize the guy. The CHP is looking for him after he was caught on video sitting in the back seat of a Tesla. The Tesla was on autopilot cruising along a Bay Area road. KRON 4's Dan Thorne is live tonight in San Francisco with reaction to what some people are calling a careless stunt, Dan, and could have put some lives at risk.
Absolutely, Catherine. The people who shared the videos with us, or the video and the pictures with us, say that they were really stunned to see essentially a driverless Tesla just moving down the freeway there. The only person in that car sitting in the back seat. Auto experts have said that autopilot in vehicles is an interesting topic. It's certainly something that's got a lot of people talking, but doing something like this on a public road is extremely careless and also dangerous. A risky autopilot stunt in a Tesla caught on video. The driver is seen waving from the back seat along I-80 in Emeryville before speeding off. Other pictures showing the man alone in the car, seemingly carefree and grinning for the camera.
By all means, do not do this. It's incredibly dangerous to be sitting in the back seat of a vehicle as it's traveling, even if it appears to be in control.
Keith Barry is an autos reporter for Consumer Reports. The organization recently did an experiment on how easy it is to have a Tesla drive on autopilot without anyone in the driver's seat.
And at this point, it was completely driving on autopilot with no one in the driver's seat.
They found the Tesla Model Y was unable to identify if the driver was paying attention or if there was a driver there at all.
And we were surprised how easy it was to defeat the insufficient safeguards.
There are lots of videos circulating online of people doing things like this and abusing autopilot and abusing the system. It shows that it is too easy to defeat the safeguards that are in place and that there should be more safeguards in place.
Barry argues there's an exciting element to an autopilot feature, but right now the technology is in a gray area, and the dangers of tricks like this not only put the driver at risk, but those around them. CHP Golden Gate confirmed the stunts are under investigation and called this an unusual incident.
Tesla Autopilot is a driving assistance system. It works very well, but by no means should a driver be anywhere other than behind the wheel, paying attention to the road.
Consumer Reports experts also say that Tesla's vehicles have performed very well in many of their tests, but in terms of autopilot, they should consider making some small adjustments, such as installing a camera in the vehicle that would be able to see whether or not the driver is paying attention or whether or not the driver is actually behind the wheel of the vehicle. And another thing that they could do, at the very least, would be putting a weight sensor in the seat of the driver's seat. This way, if somebody is not there, the vehicle can detect that there's somebody not in that seat behind the vehicle, being safe. And of course, when it comes to rolling out this technology, almost all of the experts say safety should be the #1 factor. Reporting live in San Francisco, Dan Thorne, KRON 4 News.